Well, Edouard is what you call a bokor, which is a dark arts voodoo person. He considers himself an evil priest, pretty much. Well, actually, no. He doesn't consider himself evil. He thinks that what he's doing is accurate and validated by what he does. And he thinks he's working for the voodoo gods. And much of the stuff he's doing is not self-serving. He actually thinks he's doing something that's worthwhile. So the evil is kind of, it's there, but it's not what he lives for. He lives for a totally different thing. So he's very religious in that sense. So a lot of the murders and such that are in here are to him justified. In the sense that he's religious, the violence doesn't matter to him. The ends, the goal is what he's going for. So a lot of his character, even though it's evil in the sense that the reader sees it, the perception that the reader has that he's kind of superhuman, he's really not. He's just living the life that he deems with the voodoo, and he looks for the blood for power, and that's basically his validation of what he does. So he thinks he's getting power from killing, and the reader kind of gets that from the character, but it's really not superhuman at all. So there really isn't an occult piece of this. It's just his belief in his religion and how that drives him to do the things that he does. Yeah, Joy Moonjean is his lover and partner. And she's unlike him in the sense that she doesn't get the religious part of it. She's in it for the money, for the glory. There's a chapter in there where she's in a jewelry store, and it's all about how she looks and how she feels. And Edouard is totally different. Edouard is doing it because he thinks it's a religious thing that he needs to do. For her, it's totally different. So the drug aspect in the book, that's almost entirely her thing, not so much Edouard. Edouard's for the voodoo side. She's for the more capitalistic, let's get some more money kind of a thing. Joy is very much the instigator of a lot of the violence in the book. She's the one that kidnapped the kids. She's the one that's dealing with the drug dealing aspect of the book. In that sense, Edouard's in the background, and she's doing the stuff that needs to be done to support him. And on the flip side of that, he's doing things to justify what she's doing so that she gets the things that she wants. And she's very materialistic, whereas he is not. Edouard is very skilled in knife work, and his choice of weapon is a karambit. And he's able to twirl the knife and do all kinds of things. The reason I went with that is because I didn't want to use guns in the book. There really is no gunplay in the book at all. Even the police don't use guns typically. So the karambit I thought was interesting because it's almost like a martial arts kind of a thing. And the way they're throwing the knives around, and it's deadly. I mean, you can chop somebody up pretty quickly if you know how to use this. And Edouard taught Joy how to do this as well. So they're almost equal in their ability to use these karambits. And you don't want to face off with them. You really don't. So it has a lot of play in the book.